Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3, test. Test 1, 2, 3, test.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Test.
If you speak a little loud, can you say test? That just stopped working.
Testing 1, 2. Using this
Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3.
But the idea is
Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Test.
the system just died. They're brand new batteries. You bought the batteries too. I'm leaving this one on right now.
So I can't use that.
Oh, we got another one. Get the batteries out of the.
That's okay. We have two. That's okay. We have two. I can use this as a third backup if needed. Those are the three you bought? Can we have them both on at the same time? Can we have all three So it's 6:40. We want to respect everyone's time. We're going to be ending the meeting at 7, so we want to respect everyone's time by beginning the report out. We're going to go ahead and begin reporting out what was discussed at the tables. We'll go ahead and begin. If we could have your attention.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to come back and reassemble. We're going to come back and reassemble and have our groups to present out. So if you all could come, if you could bring your conversations to a close, thank you. Thank you for bringing your conversations to a close. Thank you for bringing your conversation to a close. We're almost there. We're almost there. Just a few more. Thank you for sharing, and we're going to now have our groups to share out. Thank you.
Actually, we're going to start. So we're going to begin with community engagement. And again, this is items that were discussed at the tabletop about how we can all work together to engage the community. Do we have a...
I can. All right, so I try to encompass what every table that talked about how can we engage the community, and I changed it a little bit to how can we engage the community and increase the parents' experience. So what our groups pretty much talked about and our overall themes were more culturally relevant events, parent-requested events, having midday, evening, and virtual options when it comes to having district events, because I'm going to use like our parent committee for example. So usually when the superintendent have his parent committee meetings, those are held during the day, but possibly not only having them during the day, but having like a virtual option and the evening option as well, so more parents can attend, because a lot of our school community parents work while their kids are at school, so just having more options for them. Having district staff visibility at community events, because in the Normandy area we do have a lot of events going on, and like our students and families love to see us at those events, so just like making sure we have more district representation at those events. Creating more welcoming and informed spaces for parents in all of our schools. Having a parent university, and what this could look like is basically like on a monthly basis, just like having sessions for parents to attend so they can learn a lot of these little buzzwords that they hear all the time, especially like when it comes to like Power School, learning what Power School is, how to navigate that. Attendance, how can you as a parent help us, increase the attendance. The SPED process, that's a big one, just understanding what is our SPED process, what's the care team process, what does that look like. And last but not least, wraparound partners and tutoring programs. We do have some strong wraparound services, but we can even increase that a notch, because I just learned from one of our group mates who was a representative from AMSU that, like they do have funds available for like after school tutoring and things of that nature. So just strengthening like our partnerships that we have within the community. I'm not at the moment, but she gave us information about it, and so, no, you're fine. So I already made that note, like, we're definitely looking into that, because I'm all about free. So I love begging for money, so I'm definitely going to be reaching out to her. Right.
And I would say that it's a possibility. So I would not, I didn't mean that we already have an existing like after-school tutoring program, but I think it's like a possibility, maybe like contact organizations such as UMSL or other institutions and see if there are like opportunities for collaboration, because we do have like a education department there, pretty strong, and engaging with the community is one of what we like our mission, right? So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to partner with other institutions. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And our last one, I'm not reading that. It says food, having food at every event.
So next we're going to hear about how we can all work together to improve attendance. Do we have a...
Okay, we have like too much stuff on here. I think the key thing that we have on here is, that the kids help to drive attendance, and I think we're looking at it in the other way. It shouldn't be a disciplinary thing. It should be the kids want to come to school because it's so much fun and they're learning so much stuff and there's so much to engage them, versus a punitive situation where they're coming because they have to. Learning oftentimes for kids is a byproduct of the other things that they do. So it's about how do you make the school a destination? How do you excite the kids? How do you allow the kids to demonstrate success in something every single day because they're interested in music or sports or whatever it may be. Making sure that you engage the kids, then you have an after effect that's really very positive, and that engages the parents, because the kids then say, Mom, I need to go to school. Mom, I need you to come to this event, whatever the case may be. So, that's very important. I heard Dr. Payne mention something about education, and the best educator of the parents are the kids, and so that's one of the things we had there. The other thing is the understanding of through lines. When we're talking about before care, after care, summer opportunities, those are not just opportunities for babysitting. Those are opportunities to extend your learning hours, because you connect all those pieces together. So you have your morning snack, you do some reading, you go to class, you do another snack, you do your homework, you do some more, and so all of those are opportunities for us to connect that through line. The same thing with summer experiences. How do you engage, I know Dr. Spray is into, science. How do you engage using gardening and things of that nature, but then it's tying to science and it's tying to literacy and so forth. One of the things we talked about was psychological as well as physical safety. We keep seeing safety come up, and one of our team members here said that some of that safety is actually psychological, not just physical, because they're walking into the building, and oftentimes they're walking into a building that is, I will say, it's kind of like going through the middle passage, okay? There's like these metal detectors, it's a narrow hall, there's people with guns and badges and uniforms, and there are things that we can do to make that less ominous. And to make it more, more safe. And then when they get past that, to make it more welcoming, so that the kids know that we want them to be here, okay? So it's about relationships, not just the physical, are the doors locked and things of that nature. One of the other things we talked about was that there needs to be some consistency as it relates to conversations around what's happening with kids, i.e. suspensions and things of that nature, so that follow-up process, so when that kid comes back, there's a thing that happens when they come back. There's a re-entry, there's an exit, there's, all those kinds of things. Something else that we talked about was, communication, and how each family is doing as it relates to their kids, and the importance of using Power School to do that. And we don't have a lot of our families right now on Power School, so we've got to figure out how to do that. That could be through, a contest or whatever it is. But if that's our tool to communicate, then we need to make that our tool to communicate and really force the issue so that we can make sure that they have as much information as possible around Power School. The other thing about Power School, however, is we need to have more than one expert on Power School, okay? So if whatever the system is that we put in, yes, you have to have somebody that's the system leader, but there should be a subject matter expert at every single location and a backup. You have to have redundancy, so if there's a problem, then somebody can help with that problem. And that's not just that, they kind of got the handout, but rather that they went to the training and they genuinely understand that process so they can help parents. Because parents should be coming to us via that front door, which is a welcoming center, okay? And they should be able to access Power School or whatever it is there if they don't have it at home. We talked about the fact that coding was very important. We talked about some of the challenges because we have students that are transient and how proportional attendance impacts us negatively in that way. And so one of the notes that we put down is that that may be something that we could look at to see if there's some support that we can lend to help make that happen. And you know, and the whole process of transferring students and tracking students and so forth, how do we support that a little bit better? And then another thing that we had on here is that parents are concerned oftentimes about after-school safety. We hear all the time, the parents didn't sign up for tutoring, the parents didn't sign up for the after-school program, but nobody ever puts the dots together and says, it's because the kid doesn't have a way home. We've got kids walking home on St. Charles Rock Road. I work for MoDOT. That is a highway. Okay? I would not have my child walking on St. Charles Rock Road. So you have to have, if you're going to have these activities that the kids are going to go to after school or before school, you also have to have support to help with that. Okay? Did I miss anything? Okay, thank you. I don't know who's next.
Thank you. Next, we're going to hear how we can boost academic performance. Here you go.
How's everybody doing today? This evening. Big day. Okay, how can we boost academic performance? One was create academic plans for students, involve stakeholders, and work on skills. Radically change how students progress from one grade to the next. Build teacher capacity to enrich and intervene. There's also college and career readiness in middle school, and what's this called, the AVID program? I'm not familiar with it. I guess introducing it to the middle school. Over here we have summer engagement with students and parents, so parents know what's going on in the district. Summer reading programs, year-round programs, program like the library with incentives, may work with the library system. This attendance is key, so I guess it piggybacks on attendance. Contests and incentives for students and parents. Come to school 100% of the time and get an incentive. A pep rally before school, maybe within the community. After school enrichment for students. Clubs, sports, STEM, and things of that nature. And on this one, all students come to school every day on time, ready to learn. Continue to focus on priority standards, incentives for teachers, incentives for teachers. Evenly distribute performance level scores for MAP and EOC, parent accountability. Focus on delivering solid Tier 1 core instruction, old school blue books, I don't know what that is, and intranet, not internet. Yes, that's it. Follow up.
In addition, one of the things that Dr. Triplett has us doing along with Dr. McConnell in our curriculum and instruction department is we're actually drilling down to the data pieces. We're actually looking at the students, we're assessing where their levels are, and we're tailoring the professional development to teach the teachers how to teach those students where they are. We're more determined and we're more laser focused now. And that's one of the things that he and Dr. McConnell have impressed upon us from day one. And that's what we're actually doing. We're actually assessing more. We're seeing where the kids are. We're drilling down to what skills are necessary and what training they need. We're giving that specific training to the teachers so that they can deliver more effective instruction. So we're expecting that we will see some gains and some turnarounds because we have shifted our focus and we are drilling down more deeper and we're less at the surface and more looking at the specific kid, how we can help that kid grow, how we can give the teachers what they need. So we wanted to make sure that everyone knew that there is a concerted effort to really drill down the data, to lift up the children and give the teachers and the students what they need, and we expect that we're going to see some gains.
Thank you, thank you. At this time, we're going to close out the participation activity, but do know that this, the notes, we capture all of the notes and we'll make sure they're posted on the website for your viewing. That said, I want to turn the microphone over to Lisa Serino so that she can close us out.
Thank you. On behalf of the department, I really want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. Yes, it is a cold and now dark winter evening, but the level of engagement inside this room and the conversations and the participation has been very intense and very encouraging. I think there's lots of rich information that the district can use toward the ultimate goal, which is regaining accreditation and supporting all of the students in the district. I want to thank the Normandy School Board members who were able to be here this evening, current and past. Thank you to Dr. Petty and Dr. Triplett and Normandy High School for hosting this event. And the hearing is adjourned. Thank you.